Hello. This place is beautiful. This is the beach, and this is the coastline I'm on. And right up here, on top of that hill, is Dunree Fort. Now I am going to go and see Dunree Fort. It's been a while since I've been up there. I know we've been up at the officers' mess, where we've done paranormal investigations for them, in fact, and that building has been burnt down. So sadly, we are going to see it in its state now. But I'm going to go down here for a minute. There's a memorial here to a plane crash that happened, and I'm just going to show you that now. A bomber plane crashed in Urus Hill on Good Friday, the 11th of April 1941 at 5:55 hours. A Wellington W5653 bomber took off from Limavady in County Derry on a routine convoy escort patrol. It was on course for the island of Inishstrahull and then turned west near Mallinhead and out into the Atlantic. Everything went according to plan, but on the home journey the crew encountered some very heavy mist. In all probability, the aircraft dropped in altitude to attempt to approach Limavady visually. Lost and southwest of the airfield, the Wellington flew over Loch Swilly and towards terrible disaster. The unsuspecting crew, not at all familiar with the local terrain, flew directly into Urus Hill at a height of 1,200 feet above Dunree Head, which this is Dunree Head here, like. So this could be the hill, I don't know. Where was I? Dunree. Flew directly upon speed of 160 miles an hour at 3 p.m. on a slope between Dunree Fort and the gap of Moor. So we sort of are in a gap here. So yeah, two detachments of the Irish Army soldiers from Dunree Fort, which is up there, and Lennon Fort, which is somewhere down there actually, I think. Lennon Fort began an immediate search of the area. The men linked hands as they made their way up this steep terrain because the mist was so thick. A lone rifle shot was the signal that the stricken aircraft had been located. The following evening, the bodies were removed from the crash site and taken to the village of Lennonkeel, which I just drove past, where they were laid out in the local forge. A short time later, they were moved to Dunree Fort prior to transfer to England for burial at various cemeteries. In the aftermath of the disaster, many theories and opinions were discussed as to why the Wellington went so badly off course. Tony Spooner, a senior 221 squadron pilot with considerable experience, concluded we were in effect a hastily assembled crew, flying an aircraft not designed for our work and using an early form of experimental aid, about which we had been told almost nothing. The miracle is that so few others came to grief in that difficult terrain. The 6 crew members who perished on Uris Hill were Flying Pilot Officer Alfred Patrick Catley, RAF, aged 25, who was of Russian birth, Pilot Officer James Montag, RAF VR, aged 24, from Buckinghamshire, Sergeant Observer John Bateman, RAF VR, Sergeant Wireless Operator, Air Gunner FK Whaley, RAF VR, aged 19, from Leamington, Sergeant Wireless Operator Frederick Neal, RAF VR, aged 22, from the West Hartlepool, and Sergeant Wireless Operator Air Gunner Brinley Badman, RAF VR, from Pontypool, Monmouthshire. So, and that is an image of the plane. So it was something similar to that. So we're talking, I think, something about this hill here, where this accident took place. You know, when I read that, which I'm not a very good reader, folks, you'll have to forgive me if I butchered some of it, but, when you think about back then, people in the armed forces, a lot of them were very young that lost their lives, It's, we're living in very different times. This little black dog, I've seen him a couple of times while I've been down here. I actually haven't been down at this particular beach because we were doing more paranormal investigations around, Dunree Fort. I actually never got to the top of the hill. I'm not that fit, so we'll get there someday, And here's some wee horses. Don't think they're interested in coming near me. A few of these pictures there, so I will share these. There's the watchtower on the side of Dunree Hill. I yet have to go there as well. I must get an opportunity to get into that building there as well. I hadn't been feeling so good lately, so I thought going down to the beach, taking off my shoes and walking in the water would help just a little bit. Because when you're indoors, especially if you're in an apartment and you're up off the ground and you're not in contact with the Earth's magnetic field, your systems can go a little bit off, you know. So I thought that might help, you know. We're heading into Dunree Fort now. It's a little guard station there, and we got another one here. That's a big steel door. But this beam is starting to rot away, as thick as it is. Right, we're going to go up and have a look at the officers' mess, where I had a bar area, and we had done 4 different paranormal investigations there, and we got good responses on the spirit box. We got EVPs on the camera, and we got a light anomaly travelling up the room on my request. So it was a great location. Unfortunately, it's a lot different now. So let's have a look. Here's a view from Dunree Fort, and we have watch-out towers, one down there and dotted around the hill, protecting this area of water, do you know? So right, let's have a look at what we got. I hope you're not getting too much wind. It is actually a little bit of a windy day, but yeah, we're heading towards the building now, what's left of it. Our last investigation was done on a Saturday night. Sunday night somebody came in and burnt it, which is very sad. When I first got the news, I actually was in tears. Because this had given us so much. It taught us so much. Yeah, the iron is still lying. And in there was the water tank that was above the doorway. I was down here before, and I had recorded it on my phone. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it from my phone to the actual computer, so there was something wrong there. Right. There is a way that I can get in. There was down here a bathroom, and you can see the cistern is still here, and the urinal is there. What we're looking at over here is the bar area. The bar area had a bit of a basement, and this is the basement of it here. And these things here is where we put our REM pods. You know, we put our REM pods actually on these here, and well, very often we had put them up over on the fireplace there. But this is the room where we had brought in our stuff, and we set up, and this is where we got most of our activity. And it's all burnt away. All you can see left is here is the nails where the floorboards once was. You know. Some people came in and burnt it for badness, as far as we think. And it is sad because the history is now gone. There was some newspaper cuttings stuck on the wall. I'm just glad that we documented all that, because it's now gone, you know. And that's what makes it so sad. Over there is the other little rooms that we were in. There was a bit of a corridor. And that's all we've got left, you know. See the old-fashioned nails. Old square nails. But it's sad to see people doing things like this. Very I don't know. It's very sad. Really old 7-Up bottle. Yeah. And many's the times we put our REM pod on the front of that fireplace. Hey, look at the heat cracked. Cracked the whole thing. The only thing left is our chimneys there. That's all. Door. Look at the inside of this bottle. That's a real old bottle. Folks, the place might no longer be. Doesn't mean I can't do a spurt box session. It's just a shock to see it like this, you know. Hope nobody comes. It seems very quiet today anyway.
And you can start building again.
start building again. I wish they would. You remember me being here before?
Standing. People don't actually get through it. Warrior. Today FM is he had a great breath.
The question I often wondered is, when a building has paranormal energy and it goes up on fire like this, do they stick around? It's a good question. I thought I heard a yes there.
I'm alone.
Are you still here?
I can tell. Everyone.
Are you still here?
It's a nice one.
Can you tell me who burned down your building? Can you tell me any names? Can you tell me any names?
I do. Robert? The PS. I'll be there.
And lots of
Come back to see you. Can you still speak to me?
That's lateral.
tether. And they
I was very sad when I heard. I was very sad when I heard it burnt down. And that's why I come back to see if you're still here.
It's at a house.
The great Mark, especially oh, they're yours.
How many spirits is still here?
It's fought. It's been 7. At Irish.
What are 7?
What? He found like never catch him always.
Web page.
More to the point, I mean,
Do you mind me coming back?
You know, they should have started.
also going to be like
Experts in the arty.
Communicate with them.
Cape Feed 35.
Put in a good.
We actually.
So,
Thanks, Bert.
I heard something about a spur. I'm going to move down to a different spot. I'm possibly catching the wind here. Spurts, I've got to go.
They're looking for us.
I'm going to say goodbye. Right, I know what I got when I review that back. I know what I got when I review that back. I'm going to move down to a building, and I have a few little small things with me, and we'll see if we can get anything. Down here we have loads of buildings, but I haven't seen half of them actually, because some of them are on the other side of the hill, and I'm just waiting for the opportunity that I'm a little bit better, that I could go down and investigate those, you know. I see the roof has finally come in on this one. I remember when that roof was intact actually. But over there you can see a spool of wire on top of the roof. But you've got the telegraph lines there. Obviously there's no power left in them. But we got a gym in here. And one of the times that I was here with the camera, I'm nearly sure I picked up a woman's voice on the camera's audio itself, you know. There's steps up to a kind of a balcony up here, and some coat hangers. But here's the sports hall. You see some of the wood is still here. And a bit of a spectators area. You can see some of the metal that's holding the roof up has rotted away and come down. It's only a matter of time before buildings like these are no more, you know. It is so quiet here. I really appreciate the fact that I don't hear any cars. To me, this is the most active building I have been in so far, and I actually was here with other investigators, and the other investigators were forced out. One of them felt really sick in here, so yeah, and we got great responses on the K2, great responses on the Spirit Box, and great responses on REM pods here. The first time I went here was on my own, and decided to bring Rachel with me the next time. So, and think it was on 2 occasions where we got good stuff here, you know. So, yeah. I'll put a little rampart sitting there, so. But I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to get something today, but I'm going to try, you know. Try a bit of ITC as well, so. Is there anyone here? If you could communicate with me, it would be brilliant. I don't mean any harm. I'm just doing some millicall sweeps. You usually get readings in here, even though there's no electricity. And absolutely nothing today, folks. Nothing at the moment. So, I'll close over this door if I can. 14 degrees, 14.1. No millicalls, right? Spirit box, folks. That was me. We've got 2 devices in both of these cubicles. If you are here and wish to speak to me, you've got an option of ringing those bells to speak to me. Even though I'm not picking up any scientific readings, it always feels very heavy in here, you know. Is there any spirits in here?
From the birds. Patrick had not to Reynolds. Lisa.
You can use this device to speak to me.
Ronan, weekday. Very dramatic. Day, the organisation.
Does it say strange man?
Words. Has any involvement?
Do you remember me from before?
This year.
This year, yes.
Ransom facility. Consultation.
Has noted.
Do you remember me from before? We've been here a few times.
But there's yes, speaking. Rogers says.
Yeah.
Of their game again. Coastal.
Coastal, we are in the coast.
Last year's beaten finalist.
Don't know if that was radio.
Morning.
You able to speak to me?
The rest of the day with
Martin McCall. And to stand against Chelsea.
For any song you want.
Parliament. Near overhead wires. New manager of the Countess.
I just spoke of the overhead wires, but that's probably radio.
I'm preventing.
We saw 3.
The right.
Thanks, sir.
County committee is scheduled.
Were you a soldier in this camp?
Temperature. Half of it there. Get RTE.E.
Right as he faces bomb.
Yes. And she's going to do.
We from an elbow.
Are you a spirit of the camp? Are you a nature spirit from this area? The spirit of nature?
Which I thought I had, but I didn't.
We have fallen.
Putting that out there.
Wow. She made me ring. Eventually found a job that I could.
Free James Bond style.
Means well. And also getting good things.
Of April 2020.
I'm a bit edgy. I can't see all angles to see if anybody's approaching. Is there anyone approaching?
And he was about 18, 19.
I can't even explain how.
Do you know he's out? It
Many
was.
spirits is in this building.
What's going on?
Extract, and I thought, why would you Where did I go?
And interesting.
Right, I'm going to turn this off. If there is anyone here, can you make a knocking noise? You've plenty of places to knock. Can you repeat that? every time I come into this building, it's like a pressure on my head. I don't know what it is. Can you use any of those devices? There's the sleeve. I have a Texan PL's 360 with me, which is I use as a manual. I might try that, you know. Spurs, I came to talk to you. Can you communicate with us? Can you do this? I hear people. There's people going for a walk. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to leave this building and go somewhere else. I think. Yep. I usually have about between 1 and 3 milligauss inside this building when I do have a bit of action. So it's your final chance. You can speak into the camera. Or tap on the wood like this. If you want to speak to me. If you don't, I'll just leave. I'll leave you in peace. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm in a building just up from the shower block. The shower block is behind that green building there. I'm not in full paranormal investigator mode today, but just thought I would try a few things while I was here, you know. But if spirits want to communicate through the camera, you can feel free to do so. I don't want to do a spirit box session here because I'm far too near the communal road. Let's see what we got here. Hello? Is there any spirits that wants to communicate through the camera and speak to us? Yeah, I want to try and go to a place off the communal area. It's a building that's actually locked up, but there's an area here. I want to see what's. Oh, it's just a basement. The floor is still intact, so I don't know what's in there. Don't know what that is about. Some big load of pipe. Back up to the building, which is my favourite building of the whole site. Very hard to see it like this, you know. Remember the boiler room we were in? Remember we had the REM pods up against the boiler. There's the boiler tank. You might be getting a little bit of the wind. Whew. Folks, I'm just going to do a little manual sweep here, just across from the officers' mess building, and then I'm going to finish it up with that and try to get back before it gets too dark. I'm going to check out my little Texan PL360. Is there any spirits here that wishes to speak to me? Any spirits from the fort? I just want to find out if you're still here. can you use this device to communicate with us? I'm asking, is the spirit still here? Can you tell me what happened to the fort?
Dad.
What happened to the building? Can you name anybody involved in the fire?
Music there.
John decided. Denied.
You remember me and Rachel being here?
Long.
If you do, can you say Sam or Rachel?
Put it on it.
And passion.
If I don't.
Right. I'm going to say goodbye first. Can you say goodbye back to me?
Everybody.
On the land.
You know what that was. Can you say goodbye to me?
We wanted to.
Orgy.
Light.
Is there anything you want to say before I turn this off? Right, I'm going to turn it off. Folks, that wasn't a full-on investigation today. I'm just easing myself back into things. But I hope we got stuff. I hope you enjoyed some of the views around here as well. And I'll see you in the next one.